Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inept General, and welcome to an epic 4v4. This is Chaos versus Norsca. The old versus the new. Who will the Chaos gods favor above all others? This is my Chaos army. We have these new regiments renowned, the Summoners of Rage. We had the Weird Spawn over here, which you guys saw earlier. We have the Soul of Damnation, the new Chaos Regiment of Renown cannon. It looks lovely in pink. We've got, in the front row, just some Chaos Warriors making up our numbers a little bit. And over to the right, we have some Chaos Chosen with Halberds, the Hands of Chaos, and Archaon. I kind of surmised that these guys would be a deadly combination when put together, because all their fire damage and us going up against Norsca is going to be a lot of trolls, I assume. So here's the big man himself in the midst of his warriors, his brothers in arms. Well, he would sacrifice them at a moment's notice, but still, they've been with him for a long time, and he is reunited with them finally in Total War Warhammer. I am playing with some YouTube legends. So across from me, we have Lionheart. My partner in crime in this battle is Turin. Many of you guys will know them. If you don't know any of these YouTubers, guys, I will put their links in the description below, but I imagine you'll know them before you know me. So we've got Turin over here. He's bringing a kind of Shaggoth-themed army, led by none other than Big Bad Kolek Suneater coming in. And he has some halberds over here. Some halberds. He also has those unit of renown, the Dragon Ogres with the lightning, the Summoners of Rage, and he has some Chaos Warriors making up his front line with the Mirror Guard, Prince Sigvald's special unit, and these guys look great. I love the Mohawks. They are pretty fantastic looking, and they're another one of the Chaos Regiments of Renown. No, these guys just aspiring champions. And I think there is the new unit. Here's the Demon Spew. This is what we were looking for. The kind of Chaos Forsaken, slightly blessed by Nurgle, one could argue. Because they do have a few special rules about them. Including Swarm of Flies, which I think makes them harder to hit, unless I'm mistaken. But that's it. We have the armies about to clash. On this side, we have Lionheart, who is playing as Frog's army, Winter Pyre, I think it is. And we have Surreal Beliefs playing as just normal Norsca, be with an army with Wulfric. And here's Wulfric over here in his chariot. And his flayed man on his shield, just showing it off there while he's on his chariot. Yelling commands. Alright, here's what was going on the left flank then. So here the Demon Spew. This battle kind of got split in two. There's kind of a lot of wide action over here. With the wolves and the Swords of Chaos and the Shaggoths. But here we go, the front lines clashing. The Mirror Guard in action. Joined by Kolek. And you'll notice a lot of javelin fire coming into these guys. Particularly the Shaggoth. Here come the Berserkers. Oh no! How horrific is that? And the Shaman, thinking he can get involved. Oh my lord, look at all these javelin bolts going into Kolek. Or bouncing off him. Now on this flank, it looks like these guys are losing out. The Skin Changers are just doing too much damage to the Shaggoths and to the Swords of Chaos. And the wolves are pinning them down in place, allowing them not to run away with their frostbite ability. Another Shaggoth down. Yeah, these skin wolves will just destroy them, I think. Because there are two units of skin wolves versus a single unit of Shaggoths. Some halberdiers and Kolek coming over, but I think it's a bit too late to win this one. And as for the center line, it's starting to buckle a little bit. This Mammoth is breaking the right flank. My halberdiers that I've sent over are trying to help.
Is that all you got?
But Soul Crusher is just doing a lot of work on this flank. And these javelins just doing so much damage to these Shagoths, to these Dragon Ogres, to the Shagoth before, who I think is pulled out of combat. But just melting these large units. So you have to shut down these javelin throws, particularly if you have large units. That's my takeaway from this side of combat. The Frostworm doing work, Soul Crusher basically untouched. The Aspiring Champions won't be able to do much against it. And Wolfric's in there as well. Shaman just getting stuck in. I like that. I like to see the Shaman Sorcerer backing up his troops. Some of their warriors coming to help me out. Some lightning going down. But for the most part, this center line of Turin's has collapsed. He's coming over. We're going to try and team up with what we have left. My line's held pretty well, but with all of this stuff coming over, it looks very dangerous very soon. Guys, let's have a look at this from my perspective. We had our cannons going for it, trying to do some damage on these trolls with their fire, with their magical damage. They don't do fire damage, actually. I didn't realize that, but I thought they did. That's my one manual shot, missed, so I decided not to try that again. Now, actually, on this flank, where Turin takes some damage from this mammoth. It's kind of my fault. I should have moved in these halberdiers at the same time to try and help deal with that mammoth. But on this side, he's got his skin changers coming round. I think these are skin wolves even. Oh no, they're Thamir Balefiends. These are the armor sunderers coming around the flank. And you would always want to probably bring a couple of these units going up against Chaos. And here comes the War Mammoth. A bit of vomit going there from Frog. And the War Mammoth's charge. Oh, straight to my Chaos Warriors. But I've got the Shagoths on the case. The Halberdiers have come in from the rear. Frog not to be outdone. They just got hit by the Hell Cannon. Oh, Fireball from Archaon just misses. Comes in against the Halberdiers. All kinds of carnage going on here. Now the main focus for my army was first kill the mammoth, and then we'll deal with whatever's left. We've got the weird spawn in there, all kinds of things going on. On this side, we have our Halberdiers slightly left behind by that mammoth, and I think I kind of forget about them for a good long while, unfortunately. My fault there, completely. Got the Swords of Chaos trying to get in there, trying to barge in and do some fire damage to Frog. But they've also got some skin wolves here on their flank, which will be doing huge amounts of damage to them, unfortunately. There goes Mammoth. Archaon there, just surveying the battlefield, casting spells. And here comes the Mammoth. And it goes! There it goes down. Collapsing. We brought it down back to the rest of the army. And I think Archaon said enough is enough. He's coming into the battle himself. He's like, right, if you guys, my swords can't get to him, I'll get to him. Out my way, lads. Out of my way. We sent the Shagoths back in. And Archaon's going to try and hunt down Frog. Now, these javelins proved to be a bit of a problem. They chased off some of our wolves before, but they'll be back to try and take out those javelins. Got our cannon may have just done more damage to us than to them. And here's just sort of a look at the health. We're doing pretty well on this front line. Winning in the middle, kind of losing out on the flanks a little bit, but we have this solid clump in the middle with Archaon in there as well. Frog had kind of left that combat and had kind of gone over here. It looked like he was trying to get round, but got distracted by these Forsaken of Turin. And my Swords of Chaos are breaking. Over there, all the chaos running down from Kolek, just laying down some lightning. And with Frog kind of exposed over here, and with Turin's side semi-collapsed. Oh, and a fireball straight into Frog there. Kolek has come over to help us out. Dealing with some trolls on his way. And so Frog goes, alright Kolek, hammer to hammer. Let's do this. Let's just capture this glorious bit in slow motion a bit, shall we, lads? Archaon dwarfed by the monsters either side of him. And here comes in the Frostworm from behind, just looking to help out Frog. He does have the Guardian ability. Oh, landed a hit, knocked Archaon down. Frog, you monster. Not Archaon, knocked Kolek down, sorry. But Archaon's still here, just trying to do some fire damage, trying to get in as much pain as he can. Frog still has a lot of health. Oh no, he has a little bit of health. Archaon has a lot of health. We're chasing him down. And with two Shag-Offs going on against him and Archaon, I don't think Frog has much of a chance with all that fire damage, that magic damage. Meanwhile, on our flank, our battle's still going on. Our core is holding steady. Our flanks are losing out a little bit. But they've just been reinforcements are coming their way in the name of Wulfric. Here he comes into the mix, helping out Frog, but misses hitting everybody else, really. Kind of false charges there. Bumps into his own guy. Wulfric shouldn't be on a chariot. And so Surreal's trying to help out the other general. This is just a fight of the generals. All four generals in this little pocket of combat over here. But there are reinforcements coming. Lionheart's second mammoth, Soul Crusher, the albino mammoth, coming in is going to cause chaos. But I think that is, yep, a one last smack from Kolek. Frog's like, I've got to get out of here. I've had enough of this. Kolek sees the mammoth coming, was like, oh, none of that for me, thank you. I have low enough health as it is. And so everyone just starts running. Wulfric over there to try and kill some more of my troops. Archaon's trying to chase down Frog as best he can. Actually got distracted, was going to chase Wulfric. I was like, no, let's finish this off. We don't want him coming back and regenning. And there goes a fireball. Boom. And there he goes. There he goes. Down and out. And Archaon charged back into this combat, smashing things up, trying to try and take out Wulfric. And Wulfric's running low and is running. But this mammoth, at this stage, let's have a look at the whole battlefield. I'm the blue, Turin's the yellow. We just don't really have enough to bring down this mammoth anymore. Not with all the troops they have left. These javelins will kill Kolek if he comes into anything. And indeed, these anti-large skin changers in here are going to make very quick work. Along with, I think that's a soul blight that's just been cast down on him as well. And the mammoth. Back to the glacier. And Kolek is running. The skin wolves are chasing him. They might be able to catch him. I'm not 100% sure. If he gets away, we'll see. But all that's left really is Archaon, a couple more of his units. But really, there's not a lot left for us to be fighting over here, guys. He's putting up a valiant effort, but nothing left to kill this mammoth. Just carnage with their javelin throws up top as well. There you go. Just us being routed. I don't think there's anyone left. I think all that was left was the hell cannon. Alright guys, let's have a look at the results and see what did what damage to who. Alright, so here's my setup here. 32. No one really stands out. The Warriors with great weapons did pretty well. The Shagoffs didn't do too great. I think they kind of ran away. The Cannon didn't get much of hits on anything. A bit of a huge waste of money there on the Cannon. Yeah, the Weird Spawn did okay. They were up against that Mammoth for a lot of the early part of their fight. And Archeon, only 5 kills, but one of them was Frog, so I'm pretty happy with that. And across from me was really Lionheart. So Frog 28 and 1785 from these Marauder champions. Now the Marauder champions outdid my Chosen with great weapons, which is a bit of a disappointment. The Familiar Warriors did great with their armor sundering and the Skin Wolves, and of course we brought down the War Shrine Mammoth real early, but it was the Soul Crusher Mammoth with 107 kills that just did a huge amount of damage. And of course these other Familiar as well did really well. Let's have a look at Surreal, the other opponent. Wolfric, 61, super good from Wolfric, even on the Chariot. The Frostworm did alright, the Wolves did pretty good, Skin Changers pretty solid, and again, those Marauder champions with great weapons, putting in some great kills versus the Chaos Warriors. 88 from one of their just normal Marauder champions. Berserkers did some great work, 95, 60, and yeah, that's pretty solid all around, and I think that was their Sorcerer of Death who did Soul Blight and was doing a lot of damage to heroes and things like that. Turin, 24 from Kolek, 70 for the Chaos Warriors. The Forsaken did okay. The Halberds were probably up against some pretty big stuff, but that Shagoff just got melted. The Mirror Guard did pretty solidly as well, and the Hands of Chaos. So that's how it ended up, guys, in the results. Hope you enjoyed this one. It was great playing with all these other guys. As I said, I will put links to their YouTube channels down in the description below if you want to check out any of their videos, or even the battle from their perspective. And yeah, guys, as always, a huge thank you for you all for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.